Robert Alvarado has worked in information technology all of his professional life. While picking up lunch a few months ago in Phoenix, he overheard a conversation between two parents. They were worried about students falling behind because they lack internet access at home or can't afford their own computers.
So then I go home and my boys are online. They're not missing a beat. And that touched me. I was like, I cannot see this and let this happen. So at that time, I came to work and I told my team, I said, hey, we need to do a fundraiser. We need to help.
Alvarado is the Vice President of Information Technology at Chicanos Por La Causa. CPLC is a community development organization that was established in Phoenix in 1969 and has since spread to the rest of Arizona and 4 other states. The group works in areas such as housing and economic development, and now this. Help Our Kids Connect, an impromptu program for technology assistance responding to a serious challenge during the pandemic.
Part of leadership is bringing people along with you. And so when we saw this need, we had to do something. And that's what we tell everyone. You know, there's a lot of people out there talking about the digital divide and having conversations around it, but what are you doing about it, right?
Chicanos Por La Causa's fundraiser is about finding ways to provide computers to needy families. The group says there are thousands of residents who can use the help.
They are refurbished, but they do have a huge impact because they work well. They can get the students online, access to the curriculum, get the parents access to company websites where they can apply for jobs. Yeah, they may not be able to play video games on them, but they'll be able to get their homework done, get connected, and be able to do their research and projects.
19-year-old Celina Villa interns at the IT department in Phoenix. She works side by side with employees who are trying to make a difference.
You know, I knew there was people in my community who needed computers, who needed software, who needed internet, who weren't getting it. And I was like, I don't know what to do about it. And then this program came and I was like, well, this is perfect. You know, we can launch it, make it awesome, and help so many people. And I think, you know, being more and more into the program, I learned more and more about the community. I think it was a little bit intimidating at first because I was like, no way, I'm not a technology person, don't know how to do that. But, you know, love a challenge. Everyone loves a challenge.
And it is headquartered here.
Lydia Aranda is the president of CPLC in Southern Arizona. She says internet access is critical for a number of reasons in a time of COVID-19. They include remote learning and work, online job searches, the U.S. Census, and the upcoming election. Residents need reliable information.
There's a real curve. We've been talking about flattening the curve of COVID for sure, but we want to increase the learning curve and the trajectory, not just of students in school, but really parents, siblings, families, and anyone else in the home who now isn't able to physically interact or physically exchange and communicate.
Usually students are waiting to come in.
Angel Sobrino is the principal at one of the 2 high schools that the CPLC operates in Tucson. He sees the need in person every day. Many people are still not connected to modern technology.
It's not reality, especially in our area. You know, it is very low income, and you know, even in 2020, there's still a lot of people who do not have access to internet or any type of technology at home. You know, it's important to know that every student has the ability to achieve great things in their life.
Organizers say this is about trying to even out the playing field. And with community donations and cooperative efforts with other groups, it's surprisingly affordable.
And it's simple. $30, you know, can help you get computers and help bridge this gap. And then once you do that, you know, go out and fundraise as well. And let's do this, you know, let's bridge this gap.
So looking ahead to what's to come, we want to make sure that in our own team and in our own schools that we are becoming better experts ourselves so that we can then help the community thrive.
We're hoping that we can keep this program going on longer, that it's something that can be sustainable, because as we move forward, we see that this digital divide is not just COVID, but even when we go past this, it's going to be an ongoing issue.